Alright, so I already started. Hello, Zero. My dogs might make an appearance in my video. So I already took it upon myself to go ahead and put my curlers in my hair for the no heat styling. For, if you couldn't tell, I chopped all my hair off. Pretty much it was just from the last video, before the last video, I talked about products and stuff that have helped me with my hair and everything. However, once the humidity started coming, my hair started getting a little too frizzy and the dead ends were actually more noticeable than before. So I just decided I'm just gonna chop it all off, and I did. And with that comes more styling for me. I know a lot of people actually like having shorter hair because it's easier to style and all of that stuff, but unfortunately for me, I have thin hair, so I actually have to style it more when it's short. That's why I decided to make this video on a no heat styling. First thing that you do is you put a little bit of mousse in your hands and you put it in the back portion of your hair. So pretty much in the portions that are in these Velcro curlers. You can find these pretty much anywhere. I believe these are from the dollar store. But yeah, so you just put the mousse there, let it dry a little bit so that it hardens a little bit. Or if you want also, I prefer to style second day hair because it's already a little easier to manage. So if you're like me, I'm actually on my third day of hair, so I already have hairspray and mousse and everything in my hair, so I just decided that I'm going to use a little bit of water. You literally just let the water run just a little bit. Alright, so Lily is going to join in on this video. Hello, Burger! And here comes Zero. Okay. Do you see the camera, Zero? Do you see the camera? Yeah, you see the camera? Anyway, as I was saying, you use a little bit of water on your hands, just enough to get your hair a little damp. And guys, stop fighting. Stop it. And you take the sections of your hair. I'm going to turn around so that you can also see the back of my hair. But you take little sections of your hair and you put them on the Velcro curlers. I have 6 curlers in my hair. And the reason why these two are different, my pieces in the front are really dead. So I'm not going to leave them straight like this, but I'm also not going to use any heating tools because there's really no point. When it's humid or when it's raining here in Jersey, there's really no point in doing it. So, okay. So anyway, you put the mousse, hair, curlers on, and I'm going to show you. You can see from the side probably. There's one here, and same thing on this side. One here and one here. And then there's also one here and one here. So now that she's down, I can actually turn around. I don't know if you can see the back of it. But, so I have curlers in. I also put a little bit of hairspray because I have very short layers here. So that I don't get like weird hair all over the place, I put hairspray on the curlers and just kind of mold the hair onto the curler. Now, like I said in the beginning, these are Velcro curlers, they're not heated curlers or anything of that nature. So what you're going to do is you're going to let this sit for, I don't know, let's say 20 to 30 minutes. It depends on what type of hair you have, so you might have to try this more than once. I only leave it on for about 30 minutes. I would probably say 30 minutes. I'm going to start taking these off, and they're really easy. You just pull them off. This is what they look like, by the way. So what I usually do is I'll take the bottom 2 out, and then I'll use it for these front pieces, minus my bangs. There's music going on in the background. I guess I forgot to turn off my radio in the other room. So anyway, you do it like this. Okay, and then you leave if you have bangs, you just leave the bangs there. These bangs actually came out of nowhere. They weren't here a while ago. So then what you're going to do is, while you wait for those pieces to curl, you're just going to tease your hair a little bit. Now I know teasing's bad for your hair as well, but in my opinion, I don't know if this is actually correct, but in my opinion, I think it's better than heat. Because I really only tease the back, and the back is not what's damaged the most. what's damaged the most is actually the front pieces. And those we don't really touch. So, alright, you're gonna look like a hot mess a little bit, but it's alright. Don't worry about it. So you're just gonna tease this as much as you possibly can. Alright? Then you're gonna take these two out, and you're gonna use one of those for your bangs. Alright, so now you're going to tease these pieces up here. Alright, and you just keep on teasing as much as you possibly can. If you get a couple of pieces out of the curler, which I'm pretty sure I just did, I'm not doing this in front of a mirror, so I don't really know what it looks like. But that's okay. So you just keep teasing. Just keep teasing as much as you can because we're going to tame this later anyway. It's just so that you have a little bit of volume, especially if you're a thin-haired girl like me or a fine-haired girl like me. Or if your hair is damaged and you want to kind of make it look a little less nasty. So then you take the curler out in the back, tease that as well. And if you have short hair in the back like I do, because part of my hair in the bob, it's I have really short hair. So you can tease that too. You can spike it up too if you want. I can actually spike mine up, but I really can't do that for the office, so I just kind of go with what I have right now. Alright, so now it's probably as fluffy as possible. Now I have one more up here. So we're going to take this one out as well and tease it as much as possible. Like I said, you're going to look pretty funny. I don't really know what I look like right now because I don't have a mirror in front of me, but I'm going to check it in a minute. You pretty much just tease it as much as you can. Alright, now I'm going to check my mirror. And what you do is don't completely brush it out, but just kind of make it a little more, if you don't like it as poofy as this, that's fine too, don't worry about it. You can actually fix that up a little bit. Back of the hair trick, just because since my hair is short, it sometimes looks kind of funny. I have like cowlicks and stuff. So, especially if you have like second or third day hair like I do right now. Now, don't worry if you have damaged hair. Don't worry if it looks like it on the bottom because I'm going to introduce a product. Now, this isn't sponsored or anything like that. It's just something that I found when I was browsing through Walmart, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to give this a try and see how it comes out. If I like it, I do. If I don't, I don't. It wasn't that expensive. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let this sit for a minute, okay? Okay, so now that these curlers have been sitting for a little bit, usually, I take them out right after I tease my hair because it's usually already done by then. But I wanted them to sit a little bit longer. So now we're going to take these out. Now they're not going to be super curled just because they didn't sit as long as the other ones. Let me just see what it looks like. Okay, usually what I do tease a little bit are my bangs because they like to kind of, I guess because I have an oily forehead, they like to grease up a little bit. So I usually just tease them a little bit, not too much. And this is because I magically had bangs up here. The first one is Garnier Fructis Style. It's the Sleek Finish Glossing Spray. Don't know if you can see that or if it's blurry. So this is pretty much just a spray. It says on the bottle if you have thin hair, and actually I didn't know this before I read the directions. That's probably why there's directions on it. For thinner hair, you actually spray it on your fingers first before you put it on, which could have helped me the first time I used it, because the first time I used it, I was like, yeah, I'm just going to toss this in the trash because it made my hair look really bad. But read the directions. If you have thin hair like me, all you do is you spray a little bit like that, and you just kind of run your fingers through the front pieces or all of your hair. It depends on, you know, what you want to do. This is supposed to leave a nice, sleek, shiny finish. I usually only do this for the front pieces because I don't really need it for the back pieces. They're already teased too much. So let me just make, so the second product I want to introduce is Garnier Fructis the Pure Clean Finishing Paste. And it looks like this. That's what the bottle looks like, or container, I mean. That's what it looks like inside. You really got to try to get it on your fingers because it's really in the container. So, it's usually pretty hard for me. So you take a little bit. I think this is kind of like the, I don't know how to pronounce it correctly, pomade. I think it's kind of like that, but a little different. So I put this much on my finger, but then again, I have very thin hair, so it's a little different. So I just run it through the front pieces. And this, they say it's like a clay or paste or whatever. So this is where you can kind of define if you have layers, if you want to have more of a finish, like when it's really straight in the front, really, like a really drastic haircut. This can kind of define the pieces a little bit more. Then you start fluffing up your hair a little bit like this, like so. And just kind of go with it, see if you like what your hair looks like. You can tease it a little more if you have to. I usually make sure my bangs are, because I kind of like the Cyclops look. So then you put hairspray in your hair, however much you want to put in it. I usually put a lot, and I don't really want to do that in front of the camera because I don't want to ruin the lens. So I'm going to do that after I put the lens cap back on the lens. But the hairspray that I do use is Pantene. I use a different Pantene hairspray almost all the time. I don't really like using the aerosol cans. I like using the spray bottles instead with the little squirt thing, whatever it is, the little squirt bottles. I don't know, I feel like I'm getting more out of this than an aerosol can. I'm not really sure if that's true or not, but these bottles tend to last me a lot longer. I know that I guess the hairspray is a little different and it can weigh down your hair a little bit. And it does kind of sometimes, not ruin, but it does kind of like flatten out my hair a little bit. But then you just go with your hand and you just like lightly poof it up a little bit. And also aerosol cans are not good for the environment, but that's another factor too. But yeah, so I use these, and that pretty much concludes the video of how I style my hair. And if you guys have any questions or comments or anything, just leave it below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And yeah, so I'll see you guys next time. All right.